For a growing number of New Jersey households, the struggle to survive has become a way of life. According to the latest United Way of Northern New Jersey ALICE report, 1.2 million households in New Jersey are unable to afford the high cost of living. That number includes those living in poverty and the population called ALICE, which stands for Asset Limited Income Constrained Employed. ALICE households represent people who are working but unable to afford basic necessities. In Essex County, the number of ALICE and property-level household is 51%. Avni Lal sits down with Carolyn Lake, the executive director at the Interfaith Food Pantry, who talks more about this serious problem.
We're in the last few weeks of the summer. What are some immediate needs that the Interfaith Food Pantry needs right now?
Honestly, we need food and funds. Summer months can be really hard because a lot of the groups that typically do food drives for us, the scouts, the schools, civic groups, they're not meeting. So that influx of food from the public is really dry. So that's when we typically tend to buy food to keep the shelves stocked. At the same time, a lot of the kids that rely on school meals, breakfast and lunch at school, are at home, and that's putting an additional strain on low-income families. So people will come in, they might request an extra box of cereal or some additional bread, peanut butter, that type of thing. And we do our best to accommodate them. So we're giving out more food, we're bringing in a little bit less. Of course, we're spending money. So as we go into the fall months, we're really hoping that, you know, once all those groups get back together, that they'll be thinking about food drives as we head into the holidays.
And you know, when somebody thinks of Interfaith Food Pantry, it's not just a pantry, it's a resource center.
We do operate 2 client choice pantries. This is where people actually come in and they get to shop off of the shelves. They take what they need, it eliminates waste, it also restores some dignity to the process of receiving much needed food. But in addition to the client choice pantries, we operate a number of programs that are aimed at helping people become healthier and helping people become more self-sufficient. So we have a nutrition educator on staff who actually takes a lot of the food that we're giving out. She teaches people how to use them, how to reduce sodium intake, and how to do all of this on a budget. We also acquire a lot of fresh produce and other things that we want to be able to provide to people that will help them lead better lives. We partner with local healthcare providers that do screenings for things like diabetes and hypertension, even give us free flu shots. We've got a lot of wraparound services that we are providing to help people become well. We also look at their financial wellness. So anything that we can do to help them do a little bit better job keeping up with their bills, in addition to not having the grocery bill, we can help them with tax preparation. We can help refer them to services that will help them pay their utilities. If they need insurance for their kids, health insurance, we can also we have a great referral service that we're providing to sort of tackle this not just as a hunger issue, but as what else can we do to help you become more whole.
And you have a really large drive coming up in October, Action Against Hunger Food Drive.
Yes.
Can you talk about that?
The Action Against Hunger Food Drive is great because it comes at a time when we're trying to replenish our shelves. This will be our 15th year participating in the drive. It's sponsored by the North Jersey Media Group Foundation, which is now the Foundation for Northern New Jersey. They're a wonderful team, and we will be at 14 different supermarket locations throughout Morris County. We get volunteers from the community. They all come out and they've got our most current needs list. So as shoppers are going into the grocery store, they know what to buy and they come out in force. They're very generous, and we're really grateful that they'll go in and actually look at what are the needs, purchase a little extra, and then those volunteer groups come and they bring it up to the food pantry, and then we can get it out to the people who need it.
And you know, what kind of donations are most helpful to you guys?
I would say, you know, we right now are heading into the end of produce season. So we get a lot of donations from local farms at this time. What we don't have are the staples. So, you know, your canned and box food, as I mentioned. Once growing season is over, that's when we start looking for what are some of the fresh produce items that we can acquire, what else can we get donated. And so there is kind of a little bit of a shift when you get into different seasons. But the one thing that we always can use are funds, because the funds are what enable us to keep our programs going. Of course, we've got bills to pay, we've got to keep the lights on, but it also enables us to buy the foods that we need when we need them. So if there's a specific item that we can get on sale, or we can get through a food distributor, or that we're just really low on, the funds just help us keep everything going.
And where can one donate?
Our website is the best place to donate, mcifp.org. It's really simple, and again, those financial donations are really what keeps us going.
Thank you so much for being here. Carolyn Lake, Executive Director of the Interfaith Food Pantry,